welcome back again to my channel. My name is Cynthia. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful cowl gown. Okay, so these are the items I'll be needing for this to drafting this tutorial, both the drafting and the sewing. So I'll be using this beautiful appleaques. It's called sugar appleaques to design the cloth, like as you are seeing in the picture. And then this is 4 yards of doll face satin fabric I'm using. You can decide to use any material of your choice, and the yards is by 60, so I'm using this 4 yards. So this is my pattern master and ruler. I have my pins, I have my chalk, my tape, and also a white thread. And so if today is your first time of coming to this channel, please don't forget to hit the red button below, and also hit the bell button below, also around there, so you always get notified whenever we upload our video. And so this is the measurement I'll be working with. I'll be working with bust 50 to hip 57. I'm using 2 shoulders here, 27 and 18, and then the gown length I'm working with is 64. Okay, if you are still confused how I got the 27, I'll be linking one of my videos on how to draft a danchiki. Okay, there I said something about taking your danchiki shoulder. Well, we're not doing danchiki today, but I'll be using this shoulder measurement, 27 and 20 and 18. Now the 27 you are seeing here is half of your shoulder. For example, half of here, as you can see, half of this place, your shoulder here, to the end of where you want it to be. That is why it's 27. All right, so but I'll be putting the link below, so you on the description box, just go and watch it so that you know how to take the accurate measurements. Okay, without much, let's dive into the class. So as you can see, I folded my fabric into 4. It's into 4. So you see, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so the length of the gown I'm working with is 64 inches. We have 64 inches as the length of the gown. So take your length first. Start from the beginning. So I have 60 here. I'm going to add extra 4 inches to it to make it 64. So this is 64 inches. And then I'm going to add extra 2 inches for my allowance. I'll be using that 2 inches to fold to hem the bottom. Now you can decide to weave. If you are weaving, just use 1 inch. But I want to fold it, so I'll be using 2 inches for my folding. So I'll add the 2 inches. So I added 2 inches for for folding. So let's I'm going to rule the line with the help of my yardstick. So this is the length of the gown. This is the length of the gown, and this is the 2 inches for my for allowance. So that's the length and the 2 inches for the allowance. So let's go back and continue. Now around this place, I'm going to put the shoulder I want. The first shoulder, that is the 27 inches shoulder I told you about. Like I said, you start from here, this place, to the end of where you want your garment to stop. Okay, you can see from here to where you want it to stop. So for this client, her measurement is half of her that area is what is 27. So I am taking 27 inches. Okay, thank God I have enough. 27. So I'll just mark 27. So I've just marked the 27 there, and then you can add half inch. Okay, let's add 1 inch for weaving. I'm going to use my interlocking machine to weave that area. So the next you should do now is to put your what, your shoulder measurement. That's a normal shoulder measurement. The normal shoulder measurement I'm working with is 18. 18 divided by 2, we have 9 inches. So I'll put my 9 inches shoulder here. I'll put the 9-inch shoulder, and then I'm going to add half inch for what? For my allowance. So the next thing you're going to do is to put your what? Your neckline. The neckline for the front, I'm working with, I will use 4.5 inches, and then here I will use 4 inches. You can decide to make your turtleneck, and you can decide to choose any kind of neckline you want. Okay. So I'm using this neckline, so I'll just curve, and then because I have 4 of it folded both the back and front, I'm going to also add the neckline for the back. The neckline for the back, I'll be using 3 inches for what? The deep. Okay, and then the width is the same thing with the what? With the front. So I'll just curve it. So once I'm through with that, I'm going to slope my shoulder with 1 inch. So first of all, I'll be sloping with 1 inch. So you're going to come around this place. You take 1 inch here. So from there, I'm going to slope it towards to meet towards the neckline. Don't forget that. It's going to meet towards the neckline. So it's meeting what? The neckline. Now you're going to give a notch here, okay? You're going to put a little notch on that area. So I'm going to put a notch on that area because you're making a cowl gown. It's actually a cowl gown we are making. Sorry, I didn't say it. We're making a cowl gown. So by the time I'm through, we are going to open up this place to the end and open here to the end, the notch area. You can see that notched area. We open it to the end of this place, the two of them. But this place is going to be what's closed. Okay, so now let's continue. Now the next thing I need to get is, you're going to measure your hip line. Okay, so the hip I'm working with is the hip length. From the shoulder, I'll be using 25.5 for this client, and then you know we already have what? The gown length. So let's mark the hip line. And so I'm supposed to insert what? The hip measurements on this area, and the hip I'm working with is, the hip is 58. 58 divided by 4, 14.5. So I'm going to place 14.5 on that area here. But because I want the cowl gown to come down a little bit, to be very full on this area, what I'm going to do, you can see the person wearing it, I am going to come down from the hip line with 4 inches. Okay, you can decide to come down as much, you can come down by 5 or 6. Okay, let's do it at what? At 5 inches, so that we can have a serious flow around what? This area. So this will be my new hip line. So I have 14.5 as my hip. I will add 2 inches for my allowance. Okay, I'm making this gown for a client. It's not mine. Okay, I'm making it for a client, and this person is a very plus size person, so like me. Okay, so let's connect. So from here, I'm going to connect it to meet what? This shoulder, 27 inches we have. And so watch how I connect it. So you come this way like a curve. You make a curve. This curve is going to form that wavy cowl you were seeing. So you see, so this is it. So this is it. You can see, okay. If you still want it more, if you still want the cowl to fall very more, you can still go deeper. So this line, that's the 2 inches I have here. I'll mark it straight down to meet what? My gown length. So let's continue. I have a very big table, so it can contain anything. So now I am going to mark it here so that it's going to be straight. So I have 14.5. We have 14.5 here, okay, plus our 2 inches. And now if you don't want it to look very how do I put it, you don't want your gown to look very tight on that on the hem area, what I advise you do is this. We are going to add some ease allowance around this area, because I am not slitting it by the side or anything. We're not putting any opening. So because I want it to be free, I want my client to wear it and feel free while she's walking, I'm going to add 4 inches to make it look like as if it has a flare on the on the down area. So okay, so we're adding 4 inches to it. So with this 4 inches, I'll connect it to meet the hip line. So this is it. So you can see if she's putting it on, it's not going to be hard for her to move on the hemming area. So we are going to cut it out, and then I'll cut out the facing for the front part, and then we're going to start stitching. And like I said, if you still want to come down more around here because you want it to flow more, you want the cowl to flow more, you can still come down. But I'm leaving it at after the hip at 4 inches. Okay, I'm leaving it at 5. I think I have 5 inches. So let's cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. I decided to add extra inch around here. Okay, I added extra inch around. I added extra 4 inches. So I came down totally with 7 inches more. So I'm going to cut out the back. We'll start with cutting out the back. Okay, and please, I am working on a white material. So because of that, I had to use the back. So if you are cutting, please use the back. So you see how I'm cutting here. I left this place closed. I came around that notched area. Okay, so I am going to cut it open. So once I have opened there, I'm still going to open this place. I'll sew it together. Okay, I'll still open it and I'm going to sew it together. But at least there's a guide there that this place will be joined. So you can either notch again. So that's the notch. So you are joining from that area. So I'm going to cut from here. So once I'm through with cutting this out, I am going to remove the back parts so that I can be able to trace out the front. So we are going to remove the front neck, so I can be able to trace out the front neckline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, so it will enable me trace out the front neckline. So just remove one. So I'll trace out the front neckline now. So I've traced it out. I'm going to open the two of them together and join it so you'll see how it's looking. And then we'll cut out the facing, okay, and we'll start joining. So this is it. I'm going to join the two together. I want to show you how to join it. So you're going to bring it together, front side facing front side. So this is the back, this is the front. They are both facing. So this is my facing. This is for the back and this is for what? The front, okay? So I'm going to start joining. I'll go ahead right now and join my my facing for the neck, okay? I'll join the back and also what? For the front. So you join this way. I'll join the facing this way. And then I'll join it this way, and then I will also join the back facing. Then I'll come and show you. I'll join it, then join the back, and then join the two shoulders. And then I'll come back to show you how to close the other area. Okay, I've gone ahead to join my facing, okay? So I've joined the facing and also went ahead to give it a nice press, a nice ironing. So but before you iron, make sure you give a notch, okay? I notched it and also what? Okay, this is the notching. I notched it and then I ironed it, okay? So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead to join what? The two what? Shoulders. And make sure your fabrics are facing right side, okay? So I'll go ahead and join what? The shoulder. Now I'm going to join the shoulder up to this level, that notched area. Don't forget that. You join what? To this place. So from here, I'll join to this place. And then for this area, I'll join the shoulder to also match this shoulder. Okay, so now the remaining parts, you either weave or you fold, okay? You either weave it or you fold from here, from this place to this place. But I am going to what? Fold, whichever one you want to. But make sure you weave from here to here, because this place is going to be what? Open. From here to here, from here to here is going to be what? Opened. So let's go and join the shoulders, and then I'll fold here, I'll hem it, I'll fold it, and also what? Fold the bottom part. And then I'll come back and show you how to what? Join what? The sides. So this is it, okay? I've gone ahead to join the two shoulders, and then I stitched on this. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me bring my camera close so we can see it well. So you can see I folded that part, okay? But you can decide to weave yours, or you can weave and then you can also stitch. So I'm through stitching here. So the next thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to leave it open this way. They're leaving it open, okay? They're leaving it open. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go and stitch here. We'll stitch through this place. You can see we'll stitch like this way. It's 1/2 inch. And then once I get to this place, I'll take her hip measurement. Remember, we use 2 inches for our allowance. So I'll take the hip measurement of this area. Then I will close it up. And so, okay, so I'll go stitch from here. Like I said, please leave here open. Leave it open, okay? Or you can decide to just take the armhole opening that's from here to, depending on your client's armhole round, okay? But I am going to leave here open to the end of this place. Then I'll close through here, okay? then I'll close through from this place. Or better still, you take your client's armhole, open it. Okay, let's assume this client I'm working with, armhole is 25 and divided by 2, I have 12.5. so I'll measure from here to 12.5 and then I'll close up the rest. But I want to leave it open. I want here to open, like as you can see in the picture, here is open. So I'm going to go and close up this place to the end of what the cloth. Remember, like I said, once you get to this place, you take your your hip measurements. So let's go and close it up. So to take my hip measurements, what I need to do is to measure the hip of the client. Remember, her hip is 58, and then we'll say divided by, since it's folded now into 2, divided by 2, 58 divided by 2, we have 29. So let's see how many we have here. 29 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5.5. So I'm going to leave 1 inch for my ease. Okay, I'll leave 1 inch for ease, and then I have 4.5. So I'll take 2.25 on this area and 2.25 on that area, and then I'll close it up. Okay, so now let's do this. So this is the finished look. I've gone ahead to give it a nice press. I've ironed it. Iron all the sides, you can see. See it's how it's looking. So right now I'm going to put it on the mannequin, and then I'll put the sugar flakes on it, and then we'll see how it's looking. The sugar flakes will help to beautify it. So I'm using a red sugar flakes. I'm using this red sugar flakes. We call it sugar flakes. So I'm going to apply it around here. I'm going to put it around here this way, and then I also put this one here. I also put this one around here. Okay, so let's put it together and put it on the mannequin. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. This is the finished look of the cowl gown. This is it. Isn't she looking beautiful? You can see the flow on that area. You can see how open it is. Okay, so this is how it's looking. You can see the effects it's giving on that area. You can see how it's looking, and that's the red sugar flakes I use in embellishing it. I just pinned it, okay, so I'll be gumming it later. So this is it. So okay, if this tutorial was very helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you've not subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you always get notified whenever we upload our video. I am Cynthia. I'll see you again in my next class. Bye.